Okay, here we go. This is Kicking Dust Part 8. I'm going to show you some different footage here. This is actually going to be, I'm chuckling because I've just literally played this and I'm now doing the voiceover for it. And oh, it was funny. You'll see from this video, hopefully, the fun I had playing this one. Using some of the tactics that we've spoken about so far, actually, I want to maybe talk about particularly the ability to get out of a firefight, and you'll see me do that in this video as we go. Also, always calling vehicles in when you need them. Again, people just don't seem to do this, so hopefully you'll see that as we go through. And really, you know, also going to show you some turret footage. People generally don't go near turrets. You should, because they're incredibly powerful, and I'll show you that in just a moment, actually, as we go through this map. So, just joined, spawned in, everyone's now legging it, and you'll notice there's only a couple of us that even bother spawning a vehicle in, so Tusk, you should try and always use vehicles if you can. It may just be people don't know. Some people, I think, just literally want to get to the capture points and get some early war points. That's cool. I think you're probably better off just getting a vehicle anyway, particularly on this map, because just from where the MCCs are, you can see they're pretty far apart. And you can see they're also firing missiles at each other and so on. So pretty cool, isn't it? So here's my vehicle, and let's start rolling. Now, a few people have said to me missiles are rubbish now, but certainly before the open beta, again, breaking the NDA, the missiles I thought were quite good, actually. Maybe it's just a skill point thing. You have to put skill points into things to make them good, generally. So with the skill points in turret operation, look at that, I jumped over that dude. Real Dukes of Hazzard stuff. You have to put skill points into the concept, basically. To oh wow, that's so cool. Do you say you basically have to make them good by putting skills in there? And I think each skill level is plus 3% damage, that kind of thing. So it's all very familiar. And you see what I did there with the truck. This is pretty much run and gun mentality that I will do with this thing. I will just jump out of it as soon as I can, and I think they've known that it's a little bit overpowered to do that, because what you used to see players do is Dukes of Hazzard over somebody, then get out of the car in mid-flight, drop down, shoot them, then as the car lands, get back in the car. It made for some pretty amusing footage, but I think now they're building momentum into the thing. So as I'm obviously kind of rolling with the car still, it's actually shooting me along with the car. So props to CCP, that's pretty awesome, they've done that. All I'm doing is just hacking everything that I can find. And then I'm actually going to take control of this wonderful blaster turret. Now, there are differences. Missiles obviously fire missiles. Blasters fire, as you can see here, short, quick fire shots. And then the one I'm looking at there is a railgun turret, and that can blow me to pieces. So I'm actually kind of keen to get that destroyed. So there we go. And I think you can just see how devastating blaster turrets are. They are phenomenally good. Although they overheat pretty quickly, so you do have to jump out and defend. Now that guy, I maybe just guess he didn't see me. Oh well, never mind. But you can see the power of these turrets, and you see I'm kind of harvesting quite a lot of kills by using them, and I think it's because they generally do pack an immense punch. So you can see there, I just took a vehicle out. You only need about 3, 4, maybe 5 hits of a player to kill them as well. See there, easy kills. Daka. So, I really do like them. Now, somebody's obviously got wise to this because they're firing swarm launchers at me, but they probably didn't realise they're actually firing them out of range. So, bless them. They slowly start to move forward, but I've got a bit of time yet. I don't know if you're familiar with Father Ted. It's where he's that naked gentleman's running towards him and he's trying to unlock the car. It felt a bit like that. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, Father Ted, best thing on TV that's ever been written. Go and watch it. It's brilliant. So basically, this turret sitting is basically waiting for this guy to figure out he needs to be closer to hit me. Turrets generally, I think on this map as well, they are phenomenally powerful, and I think particularly when you're looking at, it's a centralized location with 3 capture points inside. So, just by rule of thumb, if you can control the base rather, then you're going to win the map. So, this is why the turrets that are positioned around them, I would say, are particularly powerful, because just look at the damage these things do. You've got to get a hit on, obviously, so I missed that guy completely, but it doesn't take too much to down a player when you're using this thing. I think also turrets as well. I mean, generally you don't see too many people spawning in tanks yet. I suspect as people get more skill points, and certainly the ISK, they'll start to do that. Same with dropships. I think people are still just waiting on the ISK and so on. Oh, now I'm getting hit. That's not good. And, you know, it sucks. Oh, I think I just got hit by a forge gun, maybe as well. Well, we'll see. But I think it's time to kind of bug out, as you'll see me do any moment. But I think, you know, certainly the rail guns are essential for taking out tanks, because obviously, you know, tanks are tough. So even with a decent swarm launcher, they take a fair few hits to kill. Also, the rail guns are pretty good for downing dropships, or at least they used to be. I haven't actually tried one since, but I think they certainly used to be. So, as you can see, just bugged out of that turret. It's about to go bye-bye. So now we get to see some acrobatics with my trusty impact, and it's going to do what it says in the name. It's going to impact. Although it seems hard to hit people nowadays, I must admit. It seemed to be a lot easier, but kind of running around trying to hit that dude. Oh, it's just shooting. You can see basically there it becomes 1v1, and that's typical of most dust engagements. Generally it's one player versus one player, and it's who's going to win. Oh, can't believe I missed that dude. There we go. And so there we go, he didn't see me, so there he goes down. Now this is, again, just typical of all of the engagements. So the guy, sniper rifle, trying to kill me. Let's just try and run him over. Oh, okay, missed. That's not good. As you can see, it just becomes a bit of a chore, and down you go. Good night, Susan, as they say. So there you go. I mean, again, I would stress, you know, with these particular engagements, with me in a car and them on foot, they're pretty brave to try and engage me, to be honest, because a car is going to be a difficult, thing to take down. But you know, oh well, that's part of the game, I guess. So I love the acrobatics you can do with this thing. Look at that, isn't that brilliant? That's like a 720, maybe, who knows? And I just think they're absolutely brilliant. And plus the ability just to jump out the car and, you know, confuse them. Okay, didn't work with that dude, but you know, the ability to jump out of a car and really get some fire onto a player is actually pretty decent as well, because again, they do generally go follow the car, so you do get a bit of a, you know, a few seconds maybe where you can you know, take them on. So going to spawn again at the base. I know it's a bit boring, but I generally do this, and I think really I do prefer getting in vehicles. I think particularly on the larger maps like this, unless you want to run and gun, fair enough, but I prefer to have a car next to me. So we have a new weapon. We have the shotgun. You've probably used this. If you haven't, consider it. It's a pretty good gun. And, you know, like any shotgun in any game ever, yep, it does that. And you have to basically feed its cartridges. So you actually, as you fire, you reduce the count. It's not like a clip where you reload it. You can fire your load, if you excuse the pun. You can shoot your load and basically then reload one shell, then shoot again. So that's actually quite important when you're doing the old merry-go-round dancing, trying to kill the person you've just met. If you're in an assault rifle, you just keep the trigger pulled until one of you dies, or you have to reload. Or in this, you can shoot and then do a tactical reload while you're jigging around, and then shoot another couple of shots to finish them off if needed. So I like shotguns, big fan of them, use them huge amount, but I think there's the slight problem with them is that maps like this are very dangerous to use shotguns, because if you come across someone at distance, you're dead, because an assault rifle versus a shotgun at range is you know, you're dead. An assault rifle versus a shotgun when close by, I would say, is not pretty much 50-50. I wouldn't say it's much more than 50-50, to be honest with you, and that kind of sucks, but that's the trade-off you pay. Sometimes I think the assault rifle's still a little bit too powerful. I don't know, maybe not, but I get the feeling it is. So I just jumped out there. I still got momentum, and down he goes. Simple as that. And then obviously taking fire, so back in the truck and run away like a little girl. And that's it. This is what I was talking about earlier, about the ability to disengage. Always be conscious of what your ammo counter is as well. So I know this needs to be reloaded, so I'm going to reload it right now. because if you're rolling around in a vehicle with a with a couple of rounds left in the magazine, you just ask him to be killed. So always just try and have an appreciation of the weapon, what you've got, and so on. Also, I'd probably stress is the ability to quick change to your sidearm is also pretty useful. Get familiar with that process. It's not necessarily too intuitive, particularly if you use a keyboard. It's actually bloody awful, but you need to get used to it, because, to be honest, be able to switch from a shotgun to a submachine gun and vice versa is actually, that's life or death, to be honest. So, get familiar with that. But you can see this is it. This is what I do. This is just rolling around in the car. Always try and keep a car up if you can. It's free. You might as well. And you just then have much more flexibility with your fit. So I'm actually in a scout suit, which isn't the toughest thing at all, but it's very movable. And a scout suit with the shotgun is actually phenomenally useful. Now add that to a car, and you've got a pretty nice range of flexibility there. Now, just seen that point E is being captured, so that means someone's kind of sneaking behind our lines. Now, point E is elevated, so I can't use the car here, but I'm kind of aware that there's a guy up there who's basically being shot at right now. So and now I see my target. Boom. Now that's when the shotgun is particularly good. At that sort of range, with that kind of target, who also has taken shield damage, shotguns are bloody brilliant. So I think they are well worth looking at doing for one of your fits. And again, I know I keep saying this, but have multiple suits. And I've just set up my own suits a bit better than probably what you see in this video. I've got an assault frontline with an assault rifle. I've got assault frontline with a shotgun. I've got assault frontline with all the different things. And I think that's well worth doing, because you can always fit halfway through a round. If you're under fire, you can get to a supply depot, you can swap back. Now, I'm being hit by a forge gun, and I've just noticed that somebody is shooting a forge gun at me. So this is why I am putting pedal to the metal, because forge guns will kill any vehicle pretty much with one shot, depending on how skilled they are. You can tell a forge gun because it does that kind of weird static effect. Oh, here we go. Now that guy hasn't seen me, and I'm missing him completely. Not that time. So there you go. He was completely focused on something else, and boo-hoo. Oh, in fact, I think I might be in trouble here. Oh, look at that. Epic. Now, you see, this is what I was talking about, reloading mid-fight. Neither of us, we're both obviously quite, we know what we're doing. We're running around, kind of jumping and that. And I got him, but his mate got me. But you see, that's the primary. That's pretty much dust summed up, is 1v1, even if that was 2v1, the reality of it is that you need to be able to evade and fight at the same time. So, I think it's not just about getting into a fight. Sometimes if you want to keep a good score, it's about also being able to get out of a fight as well. So I would stress, really get familiar with that. And to be honest, a lot of people, I saw a thread on the forum today actually about standing. A lot of people just stand when they shoot. That's kind of showing that you're new to the game. Don't do that. Run around, strafe, move left and right, jump. Well, don't jump. I don't jump. I hate jumping. But I think sometimes it's a valid tactic that people will use against you. So be prepared to do it yourself. And I think really that is part of the process. So once you become familiar with it, you know what to do. Now, I just seen a guy. He's trying to move on point A to get a capture. As I go up the stairs, I hear him start to capture, so I know that he's not looking here at all. And down he goes. So always keep your kind of eyes open and look at your radar. I'm trying to do the football anthem there, but never mind. And I think it's really important to try and keep your radar active. So at the moment, I know that there's fire taking place. Someone's shooting around here, so I'm trying to figure out where that fire's coming from. So as I poke my head out the door, I then see that's a forge gun residue. And then I see that the supply depot is being hit. So I know that basically I can sum all that up to say that there is a forge gunner somewhere around here shooting the supply depot because he wants to get war points for it. So no other reason. That's pretty much the reason. He's not really doing it for any purpose. So I'm just trying to kind of find out where he is. Now I can't see him, so he's probably doing it from a distance. Forge guns hit a long, long way. So it's pretty much, a guarantee that he's probably miles and miles away shooting that thing. So I'm not going to waste any more time looking for that. But I then notice out the corner of my eye that we've got some radar blips down here. So I'm kind of looking to see where they are. and I'm trying to figure out, okay, so they're behind the wall. So the best I can do is probably chuck a grenade. So let's see if that works. I don't think it will, but you never know. And I think really that, ooh, that hurt. So snipers, let's talk quickly about snipers. You're brilliant and I love you all, but sniping is a thing that I rarely see done terribly well. People generally use the militia sniper rifle, which is fine, but there are much better rifles available. So maybe invest some ISK in them, because certainly if you put a few skill points into it and then you buy some of the ISK fed, rather than ISK generated rifles, sniper rifles, you're actually going to get a pretty good gun, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm basically, that sucks. So I think I got shot through the wall there, which kind of sucks. I may be wrong, but it certainly looks like it. But that's again what I was saying about the turrets. Is turrets are particularly powerful in this game. So if you can, always try and be aware where the turrets are. At this point, again, I was kind of tempted to spawn my dropship in, but I'm kind of waiting for some of the squad to be online to do that, because I don't just want any Tom, Dick and Harry in it. I want people who actually I know can gun with it. So I think I'd just go in the end for a sniper here. So I'm just kind of seeing what, there's obviously some snipers around, so I fancy doing my anti-sniper fit. So here we go. And again, I think first off, we see a target. Boom. Down you go. So there we go, simple as that. And that was lucky, but generally I think anti-sniping is pretty tense. If you like sniping, then I think that's all cool, but make sure you are also an anti-sniper where possible, because there is nothing worse than a group of, in fact this may even be happening on this server now, this game, because there's not really many people coming forward, so I suspect lots of people are just sat back sniping, which kind of sucks. Doesn't bother us, we're going to win, but we'd rather have a fight than just be sniped at. So I think it's your call, but I think sniping in skirmishes is kind of boring, because you do need to be able to get to the command points and back up the command point assault. So think twice about maybe sniping in skirmishes permanently. Try and alternate your fits a little bit, but that's I'm not telling you what to do. You do what you like. You play your game how you want to. I'm not telling you what to do. But I think it's just kind of a good point really, that there's nothing worse than being on a team where only 2 or 3 of you are actually trying to capture points and the rest of people are just kind of sitting back, because you're going to lose, and no one wants to lose. You always want to try and win. So I think it's it's kind of a good point just to alternate your fittings a little bit. Don't specialize in just one thing continually, because you should try and appreciate everything. And I think that's kind of a key thing really as well, is specialize, yes, but always try and have an appreciation. Oh wow, there we go. Try and always have an appreciation of some of the other things. Oh, my lucky or what, that guy would have killed me then. So there we go, we won, and that was a pretty awesome match. In fact, that was fun, and I think if you're going to get most from this game, always try and just have a blast with it, and I think try and make it fun for yourself. So there we go, 8,500 points and another dropship, 2,017k, so that's pretty decent. And there we go, 18 and 3. Now I didn't get as many war points as that dude, but that's fine. I'll take that result every day. That was a pretty decent game, and hopefully you enjoyed that as well, and we'll see you next time.